Greetings and thank you for watching this video. My name is James Harris and I appreciate you for just watching, especially for those who are watching this in the morning or the afternoon or the evening on YouTube and anywhere they are too when it comes to the world as well. So today I just really want to do a really reaction video to a video that I just stumbled upon too on my feed today too about nerd spaces hating black people too, and just really talking about the cringy disdain for black people in nerd spaces too when it comes to if people love comic books, they love gaming too when it comes to with or any kind of topic relating to nerd spaces as well. It's just really kind of interesting too, not in a really good way or in a bad way, just like what's up with that too when it comes to with that cringy disdain for black people in nerd spaces too. It's just really weird, and I've really just seen that too recently too when it comes to what's been happening out there too, especially from this video too by Corin XV or 15 if I'm not butchering his name, so shout out to him when it comes to this video that we're gonna watch too when it comes to with that. So if you guys ever want to just show support to this brother right here too when it comes to with this video, the original video will be linked in the description below. And without further ado, I'm going to really just play this video and I'm going to share my reaction to it and really just give my final thoughts on it too. So without further ado, let's get started.
Alright guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different because I want to talk about a more serious topic. Recently, a cosplayer by the name of Ash or Ashley, who went by the online handle SquidKid1111, passed away at only the age of 20, which is already a sad situation, someone so young losing their life, but the situation just gets sadder when it was revealed that the reason why she lost her life was because she was battling with her mental health due to racism and the amount of harassment she was receiving online due to her cosplays. Now, she would do cosplays of popular anime characters like Toga from My Hero Academia, Mao Mao from the Apothecary Diaries, and Rize from Chainsaw Man. Now, if you look at all these characters that she's cosplaying, and honestly, most anime characters, majority of the time, they are of the lighter complexion, which brings me to the reason why this young lady is no longer here and why she was receiving hate and harassment for her cosplays, and it's simply racism. After Ash's passing, so many people have been making videos to highlight her situation and to basically spread awareness. But if I'm being honest, a lot of the videos that I'm seeing from non-black people just aren't really sitting right with me, because I've seen so many videos of people saying, I can't believe this happened, I can't believe this young girl lost her life, the cosplay community was never like this, when the fact of the matter is, no, this is how this community has always been to black cosplayers. But
yeah, I just really want to chime in about that real quick too, and it's just like me being a cosplayer myself and just really just been into cosplay for so many years. It's just like I've seen some really weird shit when it comes to just in the cosplay community and in the gaming community too, and other nerd spaces as well when it comes to with that. It's just, even when I went to the Anime Expo back in 2013 or 2015, and even the last one I went to was probably around 2018 as well, I've seen some really cringy shit when it comes to towards black folks too, when it comes to with just them dressing up as certain anime characters, comic book characters. And it's just really crazy too, how most people are just really kind of have this weird ass disdain when it comes to with black folks just really who really just want to have fun and just really want to dress up as their anime characters, or even just overall favorite characters too, from anime, from cartoons, from comic books, video games too. And then you got some assholes there too who really just want to just be politically correct and all that shit too, and just say that's not comic book accurate and all that shit too. And it's it's not really that serious first and foremost, just because it's people are just there to have fun, to show love to a show or anime show, video game series, comic book series, cartoon show, anime, whatever too, to, when it comes to their favorite characters, and they just want to dress up as their favorite characters just for the fun of it. They're not trying to be political or trying to be racist and all that too. And to be honest too, when it comes to with that, certain folks have been really just harassing, my people too, black folks in America, just when it comes to with just how they just put on blackface and they just really, just trying to be an ignorant motherfucker. Sorry for saying this on YouTube. I'm just really going to keep it real, because when it comes to with that, there's been a lot of history of certain people really just, showing their disdain when it comes to with just, you know, dressing up and being offensive for a reason. And just like when it comes to with like how Squid Kid, she's just, dressing up as her favorite anime characters, and she was just minding her own business, just really living her life. And it's unfortunate that she's not with us anymore too. And it just sucks that she had to deal with so much hate and ignorance from certain weird assholes who couldn't even take a fucking bath for all they care when it comes to with that. And so it just sucks that she's not here. And, my heart goes out to her and her family, especially, and her fans too. So, or for anyone too who's, a Black person who's in an anime or a nerd space too, or even video games too, who's got to deal with this shit too. Because it's, at the end of the day too, I think people are tired of this shit too, and it's being called out more than ever. So let's continue with this video. So. Yeah.
The more I sat and thought about it, the more I realized it's not just the cosplay community. A lot of these nerd spaces are filled with so much racism that you wouldn't even believe it. Mm-hmm. There are so many people in these spaces that do not like Black people, do not want to see Black people in the thing that they like, and also sometimes don't even want to see Black people engage with the thing that they like. Let's stick with the cosplay community.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, but it's also too, it's really kind of hypocritical of them to do that, because even like with certain characters who are Black, they really glorify them, they appreciate them too. But at the same time, when it comes to actual people, it's a whole different thing. It's super fucking weird. I'm not sure what the fuck is up with it. Even with the 30 years I've been on this planet too, sometimes it's like with the racism in these kind of spaces, it's like, racism alone is like a mental and spiritual illness. I'm just gonna keep it a buck here too. And so, yeah, it's crazy out there. And if people disagree about it with me saying racism is a mental and spiritual illness, you guys need to get some therapy. I'm just going to really be nice about it too. I don't want to get my channel deleted or anything like that. So let's continue.
Community for a second, because like I said, after the passing of Ash, there were so many people making videos as if this was a new thing in the community, and not like Black cosplayers haven't been receiving harassment for years in this community. Well, only days after the passing of Ash, another Black cosplayer by the name of Jahara Jade would post herself cosplaying the popular anime character Frieren. Now I want you to look at her cosplay and look at the character Frieren, and I want you to be objective as possible and tell me that this isn't an amazing cosplay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who this character is, but from the cosplayer who's displaying this character, it looks pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie, especially the detail of the costume. So I think that's really cool. Again, when it comes to with cosplay, it's really all about how the character really just, influence you in your life, and how you bring that character to life with the costume, with, their mannerisms and all that too. So yeah, from what I can see when it comes to with this video, I think it looks really good. In my opinion, I'm not trying to, be a kiss ass or anything like that. This is the first time seeing this too, or especially when it comes to with, this cosplayer and this character too. I'm just really giving my overall opinion on it too. So yeah, this looks really good. This is really cool. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. This is really cool.
Like, this quite literally looks like she took Frieren's costume out of the anime and brought it to real life. The craftsmanship is crazy. It's a great cosplay. It looks good. That should be the end of this situation, right? Well, of course not, because unfortunately for Jahara, she is a Black cosplayer. Because a white cosplayer would then go on and quote her cosplay and say, "It's always been interesting that so many Black cosplayers just wear their own hair or texture wigs with cosplays instead of trying to look as much like the character as possible." Now, even if you want to be ignorant and don't want to call this comment out for what it is, you can acknowledge that this is such a weird comment to leave on somebody's post, right? Well, someone in the comments would actually go on to say, well, sometimes Black women like to cosplay white characters. Nothing wrong with it. And I agree with this sentiment, even though Frieren isn't white, she's an elf. But I believe the concept that you can only cosplay a character if you look like them is stupid and literally goes against the entire purpose of cosplaying. I don't believe any cosplayer should be limited to who they cosplay based on their race or or gender. If you like a character, cosplay them. Well, this cosplayer didn't really hold the same sentiment because she said, this is not just doing that though, it's changing the character to look more black. So let me get this straight. Because this person is a black cosplayer and they choose to wear black hair while cosplaying a character that they like, that is bad and that is insulting the original character because they are trying to make the character more black? Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm reading too much into this. Oh, nope. Because literally in the next tweet, she goes on to say, not sure why everything needs to be this character, but make it black. Seems like an odd choice if you love the original character. And then she goes on to grab 4 of Jahara's cosplays to essentially push the point that she's trying to make these characters more black. So she's essentially saying, hey, if you really love these characters, if you really like these original characters, you wouldn't cosplay them. Because by being black, by using your black features like the black hair you were born with, you are inherently trying to make these characters more black and disrespect the original character. And people will act like these are one-off incidents, but I promise you they're not. There have been so many different situations throughout years on top of years of black people just trying to do what everyone else in this community does and dress up like the characters that they love from a media that they love. And they are met with nothing but criticism and harassment of people saying, hey, why would you cosplay this character? You don't look like them. This character isn't black, which has always been such a strange statement because some of the biggest cosplayers aren't even Japanese. They're white, yet no one seems to have a problem with them cosplaying characters that aren't white, like 99% of anime characters.
Yeah, that's the thing too that I've seen too when it comes to like going to like the Anime Expo or WonderCon too. It's just like I've seen white folks and even the other people too dressing up as different characters from different nationalities. You know, when it comes to, I've seen people dressed up as Sailor Moon, Wolverine. Hell, I've even seen people dressed up as, you know, any character too when it comes to with that. Hell, I might even see someone dressed up as Blade and he's a white dude. It's like, okay, it's not going to offend me. But certain other people just, you know, feel a certain way about it. It's just, I don't know. It's just super weird in my opinion. Just like let people just dress up as their favorite characters and just have fun and just be accepting too and just be less judgmental. But you know, when it comes to with racism too, and especially in these spaces as well, not just like, you know, cosplay and all that, but also when it comes to with gaming as well, it's weird. You know, it's just, I don't know. I'm just going to let it continue because the more I talk about it, the more I get depressed.
And even when a black person cosplays a character that quite literally doesn't even have a race, is just like a creature, people still have a problem with it. This year for Halloween, a couple of friends dressed up as Light, L, and Ryuk from the anime Death Note. Now, the two friends that dressed up as Light and L were both Asian, and the friend that dressed up as Ryuk was black. And honestly, they all look cool as hell. It was a cool interpretation of these anime characters, and the videos that they took look really good, and they were going really viral. Except there was one itty-bitty problem, and that's the fact that there was a good portion of people that didn't like the fact that a black guy was cosplaying Ryuk. Even though Ryuk is a fictional Shikigami, a god of death that has no actual race, there were just some people that just couldn't help themselves but to be racist towards this guy. If you've never seen Death Note, Ryuk's whole thing is that he really likes apples, so he's constantly asking Light to give him an apple, and he's constantly eating apples. So the guy dressed up as Ryuk was eating an apple in the video, you know, getting into character, and one of the top comments was, does he like watermelon instead of apples? And the amount
what the fuck did he say? Wait, what the fuck did he say?
Does he like?
No, that's out of pocket. Fuck that person who ever said that. No, fuck that. No, that's out of pocket. Fuck out of here, that shit. Can't believe does he like watermelon instead of apples? Get the fuck out of here.
Watermelon instead of apples. And the amount of casual racism in the comment section was so bad that the guy who posted the video actually had to come out and defend his friend.
So we made our costumes, everyone looked really accurate. I thought it was going to be fire. The first video I uploaded was Light and Ryuk like walking through the hallway, and Ryuk is in the back just smiling and following him around. So tell me why when I posted this one, this is what the comment section was looking like. This video did so good that it was no longer just like a part of my community. It kind of just blew up and went straight into the anime community. Most of these people were commenting on their like spam accounts. They have like Eastern European flags in their bios. It's just like, it was making me realize like, damn, the anime community is really a bunch of loser incels who just stay in their rooms and are racist. And people were offended that our friend is black and cosplaying as Ryuk, who's of Shinigami, doesn't even have a race. It's those people, you know, but it's crazy how angry the anime community gets when like a black person or a person of color that's not Asian is like cosplaying or like casted as a different character, when white people have been whitewashing Asian media and movies and TV shows and everything for forever.
Yeah, not just Asian communities too, my man, but also black culture too. It's crazy. Like I'm not even gonna mention with Hollywood, like how they, when it comes to certain movies that's was supposedly like in Egypt, it's supposed to be predominantly black people, but they cast a all white cast too, and it's just like, come on, man. That's just crazy. And then they got to top it all off when it comes to the hip hop culture that just came around during the 80s and, in the 90s and all that. People want to just, they have a certain way about hip hop culture, but then as time goes by, they want to just dress up as certain people too, like the Vanilla Ices, the John Cena's. No disrespect to both of them, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about when it comes to with that. So yeah, what he said is really spot on. Shout out to this guy right here too. So yeah, he's right.
Always cast white people and make them like saviors in Asian media. Moral of the story, anime has a lot of weird people who are just really openly racist. Like, I didn't have any reason to speak about it until I made a video that went viral. Whole comment section is just fucking making me lose brain cells. I hope I could make my platform more of a space where it was just like regular people participate in like Asian culture and not be fucking weirdos, and just a place where we're just cool swag people. But yeah, that's a video. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna keep having my friends, whatever color they are, keep cosplaying, keep being in my videos.
Keep doing that, man.
Really give a fuck how those people think. That's all though. Peace. Have a good day. Goodbye.
And look, I didn't want to be the one to have to say it first, but you will always see comments of people saying, oh, these black cosplayers are disrespecting this Asian media by dressing up as the characters. They're not Asian or anything like that. But like this guy said in his video, majority of the hate comments towards his friend were not Japanese people. The person who called out Jahara for her Freerin cosplay, she was not Japanese. They are simply racist people that do not want to see black people in the same space as them. But okay, they don't like when black people cosplay characters of a lighter complexion. They don't even like when black people cosplay characters that, are just creatures. They don't even have a race. And you'll constantly hear people say, oh, why can't y'all just cosplay black characters? There are black anime characters. Why can't y'all just cosplay them? They're black. You're black. Just cosplay them. Well, even when black people go after black anime characters, as few as they are, these people that hate to see black people in the media that they love, they won't even accept the fact that these characters are black. One of the best examples.
Yep, exactly. That is totally true. Oh my Lord. Thank you for explaining this too. Oh my gosh, yeah. Let's continue. I'm gonna let this guy talk.
So this is from the new hit anime Gachiakata. Now, like I said before, a majority of anime characters are Japanese. And, it just kind of makes sense. Anime is a Japanese media, so it just kind of makes sense that a majority of the characters would be Japanese. But because of that, there are very few black characters in the media altogether. And even when you find a character that you might think is black, you'll still have a crowd of people running to your ear to say, oh no, that character isn't black. Stop trying to make every character black, or whatever they say. Which is why Gachiakata is such an interesting show, because on top of it already being a fantastic anime, I mean, Studio Bones has been going crazy with this one. It's also been one of the few animes to introduce multiple black characters into the main cast from the very beginning. But the funny thing is, even though these three characters are so clearly black, when they were first animated into the anime, the I Hate Black People crowd were genuinely trying to pull every narrative that they could to try to justify some reason as to why these characters couldn't actually be black. Now, when the first black character, Simiyu, was introduced into the anime, there wasn't really much they could say, because how could you actually argue that this character is anything other than a black woman? From her skin to her hair to the way she talks, like, what else could she be? I don't think there's a coincidence when you look up Simiyu cosplays, you see nothing but black women cosplaying her, and looking really good, might I add. But when the next black character, Jabber, was introduced into the story, I heard every excuse as to why this character was not a black man and couldn't be a black man. Even though this is clearly a light-skinned black man with locks, there were people saying, oh no, this is just a dark-skinned Asian man. Even though I've been watching anime for over a decade and have never seen a character in anime, an Asian character in anime depicted with locks, there were people saying, oh, don't y'all know there are Asian people with locks? He's clearly an Asian man. And just trying to spin any narrative as to why this character isn't black. Mind you, I want you to close your eyes and listen to what the official English voice of this character sounds like.
So, what's it do? You gotta tell me, man. I'm not
black.
playing around with you.
You got it. He's black. Come on now.
It is blowing my mind. Come on, man. Don't be acting like that. I just told you who I am. It's your boy, Jabba! Yo, Rudo. You got some pretty good game for a worn-out, foul-mouthed, butthurt, ratchety, short-stacked sphere. I mix it with a bit of the hallucinogen. Let it sink in. Now he's tweaking.
Like, not only does his character talk in nothing but AAVE, but his voice actor is also black. And yes, I know the voice actor being a certain race does not necessarily correlate to the character being of a certain race, but we cannot act like there aren't circumstances where studios will cast voice actors of the same race to play a character of the same race to give a more authentic performance. And I don't think it's a coincidence that every single black character in Gachi Yakuda's English voice actor is black. Yet still to this day, there will be people trying to say that this character is just some Asian guy. There were even some, I literally cannot even find the tweet, but there were people trying to argue that Corvus, this dark-skinned black man with locks, they were trying to argue that he wasn't black and that he was actually Asian. He was just part of some Asian tribe.
I'm sorry, guys, but Corvus isn't black. He's Asian. Is what everybody has been telling me in the comments. And people have been telling me, bro, why did you say Corvus is black? He's obviously Japanese. Do you see the character behind me right now? No way are you guys trying to tell me that Corvus is a Japanese Asian man.
Man, you need to shut your bitch ass up.
Shut up, bitch!
Shut up.
You are a fucking moron.
This man is a black man. He's a black king. What are you guys talking about?
Which is honestly amazing, the amount of mental gymnastics that these people will go through to try to exclude black people out of media. But these people that you see harassing black cosplayers are trying to take the blackness away from black characters. When it really comes down to it, they just don't like black people. So when you have a character that's black, you cannot strip the blackness.
But then they trying to fetishize us too when it comes to just like, you know, fetishize us, trying to copy our style, our ideas, and then they want to just shit on us too. You know, literally and metaphorically too, when it comes to with that. So I'm not going to get into it because, you know, I could probably have some butthurt people in the comment section, but they can really just cry in their facility of tears too. So when it comes to with that, when it people who want to fetishize certain black people, especially black men and women particularly, you know, and it's just like, you know, they want to fetishize us, want to copy our style, take our culture, but then just really want to put some weird kind of shit on us too, and want to hate us for any kind of particular reason. The fuck out of here with that shit. So yeah, that's weird.
Away from them and the character's popular, oh, they really don't like that. Take one of my favorite examples, Miles Morales, a character that has become exceptionally popular over the last decade, an Afro-Latino character with an African-American father and a Puerto Rican mother. Like I said before, this character has become so popular over the last decade, mainly because of the Sony Spider-Verse films and the Insomniac Spider-Man games. And one of the biggest reasons why people like him so much as a character is that his very existence represents what Spider-Man is, and it's the fact that anyone can be Spider-Man, whether you're black, Latino, white, a pig, anyone can wear the mask and be Spider-Man. Well, unfortunately for the people who don't like black people, they don't really like this messaging around Miles' character. And you start to see this movement going around of people saying, oh, Miles Morales isn't Spider-Man, he's Miles Morales. You know, just trying to diminish his character. And you would even see some people make videos like this.
Spider-Man Day, anyone can wear the mask. No, they can't. That's wrong.
Shut up, bitch!
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Man, they need to fucking get out of their fucking basement, take a bath, wash their fucking ass, literally, and just shut the fuck up. Seriously. You need to call these racists right now, too. I'm sick of them. Fuck these motherfuckers, man.
That's incorrect. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Miles Morales is an entirely different character. He's some black kid from the hood. He's not Spider-Man, and he never will be. Miles should stick to listening to rap and being a black race swap copycat of the white guy.
Isn't it interesting that all these online racists tend to look exactly how you think they do? Just greasy-haired edgelord wannabes. But look, while he's over there ranting in the dark...
Let me go back. Yeah, look at this. Now tell me, everybody, who's watching this video? You know his ass must stink. You know, look at that. Hair hasn't been washed. Got that scruffy look and shit. I'm not trying to downplay his race and all that, but just look at that. No matter if they're black, white, and all that too. It's like, you know he's a stanky motherfucker. Just by looking at him. I know he must stink. Ooh. I know he must stink. Gotta be a stanky ass motherfucker to be that way. Oh shit.
Haired edgelord wannabes. But look, while he's over there ranting in the dark with his blue lights in the background, I want to play y'all an actual video from what the creator of Spider-Man had to say about this whole concept that anyone can wear the mask.
You know, one of the greatest things
Lee,
about
my
Spider-Man's
man,
outfit
rest in
is
power,
costume.
dude.
What? He is completely covered. So any kid could imagine he's Spider-Man because no color of the skin shows. He could be black under that. He could be red. He could be yellow. He could belong to any race. And that wasn't done purposely. It was done accidentally. But I think it was the best thing we did, making him so that he could be anybody under that costume.
And that's the thing, too, with Stan Lee's vision. And I love Stan Lee's vision, too. No homo. Rest in power to this guy. I miss this guy so much right here, too. What he said is actually spot on because no matter if you're black or white or gender you are to you, anybody could be Spider-Man or Spider-Woman. And that's the beautiful thing about Spider-Man. You never know who he is. And anybody could put on the mask and be a hero. So it's like whether you're white or black or Mexican, Cuban, whatever, anybody could be Spider-Man too. And it's just, that's a beautiful thing. So rest in power to Stan Lee, man. And fuck the racism. I'm saying it too out loud. Fuck the racism. Fuck the racism. Fuck that shit. I'm sick of it.
I never thought of that, but that's true. That's great.
It is.
Going back to the start of the video, the harassment that the cosplayer Ash and many of these black people in these nerd spaces have to go through is so unfortunate, and I wish it wasn't a normalized thing. And when I hear people talk about it, I'll often hear people say, oh, well, that's just what comes with the internet. You know, if you can't handle it, then just turn off your phone or, you know, just don't post on social media, which is all.
You know, that's the most cringiest fucking scapegoat gaslighting bullshit I ever heard. When someone told me that too, like a while ago, and just hearing that in certain spaces too, it's like, you know, you really just need to, you know, touch grass too, just because it's like, you know, when it comes to with something too, it's like, if I'm putting something out there and people want to just talk shit and online and just be a keyboard warrior or a gangster too, not just like on social media, but like on any kind of space too, whether it's on PSN or console, PC, whatever too. And it's like, bro, like get a fucking life, man. Seriously. It's like touch grass, meditate, do some breath work or something, wash your ass or something, shit. So fuck, I'm sorry to get all pissed off and hyped up about this shit, but this is like a topic I've been dealing with in person and online for almost a decade, and it's cringy as fuck, especially in America. This is crazy.
It's been so stupid to me because it's not like these people are like me. Like, I post my actual opinions online. I post my opinions on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, across all different platforms. If people were to not like what I say or, you know, try to leave hateful comments under things I say, perfectly understandable because I'm posting my opinions.
Yeah, same here. Like, even just like if people want to just send me some weird stuff on social media, it's like, okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. But when it comes to actually like attacking people for no reason, or they're just minding their own business, they want to just dress up as their favorite anime characters, cartoon characters, comic book characters, video game characters, and you're just really trying to shit on their parade, then that's where I have a problem right there too. Because it's like, what the fuck? What's your fucking problem? When it comes to just going after innocent people for any kind of reason, for you to really just feel any kind of like strength or trying to get over somebody, trying to feel like you're superior, get the fuck out of here with that fucking cringy ass kind of weak shit. Got the Napoleon kind of complex real down bad. The fuck? Oof.
And posting my opinions to criticism. These people are not. They are literally just existing online and receiving hate for it, which is also why I always find it so crazy to see people say, oh, well, just do this, or, you know, just deal with it. Because the same people that will say, oh, just deal with it, that's how the internet is, majority of these accounts are private. There are accounts that don't post their face, that do not.
These are the biggest motherfucking cowards out there. They're the ones that talk the most shit, whether on PSN or fucking social media, but they're the ones that have their private accounts so that you can't message them or anything like that. And when you do, they don't really respond. They just want to hide in their own fucking facility of tears or cringe and all that shit too. And it's just crazy. And it's just, yeah, it's, you know, the same ones that project and talk all that shit, acting all big and bad in their keyboards and all that. They're the ones that have the most private accounts too, especially on social media, whether it be Facebook, it be Instagram, fucking TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and especially on, I don't know about YouTube, but when it comes to the other social media platforms, yeah, those keyboard warriors, the ones that smell like ass, that hasn't bathed for any kind of weeks too, anything like that. Probably breath smells like ash and shit. I don't know. It's just their breath probably smells like the end of a fucking sewers and shit from Ninja Turtles. And it's like, bro, you're the ones to just project the most, man. That's crazy.
Post anything. They are literally just private accounts with an anime profile picture. So the people that do not even post online, that do not even have to experience this, are the same people that want to go out their way to tell these people how to just get over it. And I talk mainly about Black people in this video, but this really goes for any group experiencing discrimination online, whether it's other darker skinned groups in the cosplay community or even like women in gaming. I don't think anyone deserves to be harassed just for existing in a space. And look, to anyone who might be falling out of love with something they're passionate about because of toxic people in that community, look, I get it. Like, I'm 23 right now. Growing up, I really felt like a loner when it came to a lot of things that I was interested in. I was really into video games. I was really into anime. And I know that sounds normal by today's standards, but I promise you, 10 years ago, a lot of that stuff was really considered loser behavior. It was considered lame. A lot of people really wasn't into it like that. And me trying to find like-minded people, I would get on the internet. I would try to go onto these different websites, try to interact, engage with the community, and only to be met with the fact that a lot of people in this community, in these communities, were really racist. And there were times where I thought to myself, like, dude, am I really even that interested in it? Like, do I really want to deal with all this racism in the community? Like, maybe I should just go find a new hobby. Maybe I should just find something else to be interested in. And look, I don't know if it's because I'm spiteful and I knew for a fact that there were a lot of people that just didn't like Black people in these spaces and didn't want them there, and that made me stay. But through me still sticking with the things that I was passionate about back then, the things that I'm still passionate about to this day, I was able to find some of the coolest people, and not just the coolest people, the coolest communities. While there are a lot of losers online that will hate on you for who you are and just hate on you for existing in these spaces, there are a lot of people that are completely against this. I was able to find my side of the internet and find YouTubers like Corey Kenshin, like Young Don Animations, like Burleezy, like RDC. And through this side of the internet, I was able to connect with so many different people and only strengthen my passion for these things that I was already passionate about. There's a lot of hateful people out there, but there's also a lot of people that want you in these spaces. Once again, never let these losers make you fall out of love with the things that you're passionate about. Never, and I mean never, let racists feel comfortable. And please don't ever feel like taking yourself out of this world is the answer. I promise you it's not.
Yeah, powerful video, and especially when it comes to with this video too. And I just really want to chime into what he said too during the end as well, when it comes to just people who just want to discourage you from just really getting out of the nerd spaces too, whether it's cosplay or if it's gaming too. And I just really want to say this too when it comes to with that. And as a man myself too, I'm 37 years old. I'm gonna be 38 next year. I've been around the block basically when it comes to these certain spaces, like how people just be weird, and really meet some awesome people along the way too when it comes to with nerd spaces, whether you're into gaming, if you're into comic books, cartoons, anime, you name it. And for those who really just feel discouraged or really just feel like you don't want to just really, deal with that kind of shit too from certain people who are racist, funky ass negative energy too when it comes with that. I can really relate to that as well. Like, I can understand that too, but just really not letting those assholes just really getting the best of you, not just like, emotionally, but energetically, mentally, physically, and spiritually too. And just really putting their foot on their necks too when it comes to with that, and just really not letting them slide when it comes to saying some of those weirdest, cringiest, racist bullshit out there too, and especially if it's on social media, if it's on PSN, if it's on Xbox or PC or whatever too, in certain spaces when it comes to with nerd culture, whether it be cosplay or comic books, cartoons, and even video games too, because I've seen a whole bunch of shit when it comes to just in those spaces directed towards me and about my race and everything else too, and slick little jabs here and there too, and just like, hey, you know, when it comes to like jabbing towards me or my race, it's like, okay, you're gonna fuck around and find out. Like, someone's gonna really go call you out on that shit. You're gonna put your ass in check, you know, first and foremost when it comes to with that. It won't be me, it'll be somebody else too, whether they're a man or a woman too. So I just really want to just address that for those who are watching this video, and especially black folks too, who love anime, who love, you know, cosplaying as their favorite characters just for the fun of it, or even just comic book characters, video game characters too, and even who are in nerd spaces too. Just never giving up. Just really just continue to be who you are as a person, whether you're just, you know, a black man or a black woman too, per se, and just really keep on going on. I know that sounds kind of like cliche or corny, however you want to just call it too when it comes to with that, but I promise you too, when it comes to just really sticking to who you are as a black person, whether you're a man or a woman, and just really loving your favorite anime characters or shows, video games, cartoons, you name it too, when it comes to with nerd spaces, and really not letting that weird, cringy, kind of like racist bullshit from certain people from other races too, trying to really get at you too, especially when it comes to white folks, like really just putting that shit in check too, not letting that slide, call it out. You just need, if you need to post it on social media in a really genuine and transparent way too, that's really informative and inspiring, and really just calling out their bullshit too, just really doing that. Because, you know, when it comes to with this particular kind of hate, and it's just really crazy how racism is still being around, especially in 2025, because me personally, racism is a really mental and spiritual illness, and it needs to be just cured, wiped out, and just with that in my opinion too. But when it comes to what this video by Corin XV or 15, however you want to say his name, I don't want to butcher your name, brother, so shout out to you, man. I kind of went off on certain things too, because, you know, I'm a millennial, but I really have like an old soul too, and when it comes to, you know, racism displayed against our people, I'll go off in a heartbeat too. I'll just go ultra instinct, like it says in my shirt, you know. So hey, and for those who wanted to see my face, here it is. I'm not going to do it as much just because I value my privacy, but for those who wanted to see what I look like for the first time when it comes to with reaction videos, here it is. So this is me with all my glory, nothing to hide or anything like that too. This is the real me, as you guys can see too on this YouTube channel. And yeah, it's just unfortunate that Squid Kid is not here with us anymore. What she's dealt with, it's unfortunate. I wish she was still just doing her thing, just when it comes to with cosplaying and all that. But when it comes to with that, for any black cosplayers out there, just really putting their foot in the racist necks, basically calling out their bullshit, and really continue to do that in a really impactful way. So you have my support on that. When it comes to with me as being a life coach and someone who really values equality and wellness for not just for the body, but also for our nervous system, for our emotions, and even our relationships too with life. Just really continue to really just be who you are. If you love anime, if you love cartoons, if you love, you know, video games too, whatever, that really just, you know, brings joy to your everyday life and routine. Like if you love Dragon Ball, if you love Marvel, DC, Fist of the North Star, you know, Death Note, or even Baki, you name it too. Just feel free to, you know, express that. Connect with people who really just appreciate you, who love anime, who wants to be a good person, wants to see beauty in the world too. And just really, you know, doing that in a really powerful, impactful ways too. So that's pretty much it when it comes to with this video. I might go on and on about it too. I wasn't really sure how to really just, you know, talk about this video, but I really get passionate when it comes to these certain topics. But if you guys ever want to show this, you know, this brother support too when it comes to this video, feel free to check it out. You know, the original video, which is linked in the description below. And I appreciate you guys for just watching this reaction video too. If you like, you know, my reaction to this as well, if you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel too. And you guys, you know, take care, much love, and many blessings.